Hello and welcome to Bumpa Business Stories. I'm your host, Talula Doherty Adetono. Now, you may be wondering, what is Bumpa? Well, think of Bumpa as your e-commerce best friend, helping you to grow and track your sales online and offline. They offer you with a website, inventory tracking, analytics, and a whole lot more. Check out Bumpa at www.getbumper.com. Now on to today's guest. I am joined by Ogodo, who is the founder of Latej Creations.
Thanks for having me.
You're so welcome. I love what you're wearing today, by the way. It's so bright, so colorful. I love it.
Thank you.
And the earrings. I'm just seeing the earrings as well.
Yes.
It's a whole ensemble. So let's talk about Latej Creations. You guys do bags, you do dresses, you do accessories as well. How did you come up with the idea for the business?
Okay, first thing first, I've always been obsessed with anything African. Like, I love everything African, their lifestyle, their dressing. So I've always wanted to have a business in line with the thing I love, which is my love for African inspired fashion. So what inspired the business, what made me to want to go into it, was actually due to unemployment. It's not like I wanted it as a source of livelihood. Actually, I've always wanted to work in the corporate organization.
Okay.
But unfortunately, life happens. So I just had to focus on the thing I love, which is African inspired fashion. And of course, the people around me, I have a lot of friends that are actually in diaspora.
Okay.
And every time I wear African, because then I used to model, I was once a model.
Okay.
Or I'm still a model.
Once a model, always a model.
Always a model. I'm still a model, but I was once a video vixen. So then when we were shooting, I always come up with this African concept. Like, I just pitched the idea to the artists and they always loved it. So that's part of the thing that inspired me to go into it, so I could be able to go into customization, production, and many more. That's how it started, actually.
Oh, that's a really interesting story. So it started more from people just saying they love what you wear, they love your looks, and just encouraging you, sort of, that sparked the idea. So how were you able to grow the business in terms of getting investment and starting to produce and then also promote via social media and other means? How did that come about?
Before we talk about investors, or should I say growing the business, before we talk about that part, what inspired me was back in 2015, when I've not even decided that, okay, I want to go into this thing. But along the line, I got married in 2017.
Congratulations.
But the idea of, I did medical biochemistry, I want to work in the hospital, it was still there. So there was this sort of gender inequality in the society, whereby you have the qualification, you have the experience, but going for the interview, they tell you you're not qualified for the job, and you're like, why?
Right.
They tell you because you are married or because you have kids and all of that. And on the other hand, before I got married, I had a lot of friends that promised to help me get a job in Lagos Teaching Hospital, different places here in Lagos. They just told me that Lagos is the land of opportunity and all of that. Okay, I'm now in the land of opportunity and everybody's telling me I should go and give birth. Like, I should focus on family. There's nothing like corporate organization for women. I kept hearing that women thing.
So there was a bias sort of against
so
you
the
as a
thing,
woman.
It was getting me obsessed. I was getting upset gradually. I would go outside, I would see where a man will hit a woman, and I'm like, why?
That's terrible.
I came across a situation where a man was beating up a woman just because she burned soup. At that time, I was pregnant because I was beginning to listen to the go and give birth kind of thing. I was not ready to accept the fact that I had other skills. I still wanted to work in that corporate organization.
Corporate environment, yes.
So seeing things like that, seeing the kind of society that we live in, where the female gender is already marginalized in a way that women now believe they just belong to the bedroom or they belong to the kitchen.
Yes.
I was like, okay. One day I walked up to my husband and I told him, I'm out to do something for myself, but I don't want you to give me any money. I want to prove to you guys that women are powerful.
Wow.
I want to prove to you guys that with investors, without capital, we can actually move mountains. And my husband was like, where did this one come from? Okay, let me see how you want to do it. And I went back to my drawing table. I was like, first of all, I have a skill. How am I going to push this skill? Because I've been doing it offline. How do I bring this skill to social media? What I was doing then was revamping of bags, revamping of shoes. I would go to different tailors' shop to be picking up leftover fabric scrap just because I could not afford to buy Ankara, high target, and all of that. So I was recycling those leftover fabric scraps to make accessories, to revamp old shoes. I'll tell people, don't throw your bag away, I will revamp it for you, things like that, and they are always excited. So I'll take my revamped bag to church. So there was this particular day, my husband's choir master walked up to me and told me, there's somebody that wants to see you. I'm like, okay, I'll be in the house. He brought the lady to the house, and the lady's from Cameroon. Okay. So she was like, I've been seeing you in church and I've been seeing what you've been carrying, and I really, really love it. I want to make 20 bags, I want to make 20 accessories. Like, she ordered in bulk.
Wow.
At this point in time, I was already trying to figure out how to raise money. So immediately I got that capital, I was like, okay, let me get my first manual sewing machine. And that was how I started purchasing things. So the pictures I snapped from the wholesale order, I decided to push it on social media so people will know that, okay, there is something I have to offer.
Yes.
But regardless, bringing it to Instagram, it took me almost 8 months before I had my first sales.
Wow. But sorry, I just have to say that your whole story is just a testimony. As I'm listening to it, I'm just getting goosebumps. I'm just feeling so motivated because you had said to it was like you spoke it into existence. You said to your husband, look, don't give me any money, I'm gonna make it happen, don't worry. And then this lady comes to you, places this bulk wholesale order that allows you to buy the sewing machine and some of the other materials that you need to get your business up and running.
Exactly. So that was what I was doing. But before I bought the business to social media, I had to go around. I wanted to know who my customers are, who are my target market. I went around, carried some of my products. I was doing like a survey. Okay. And at the end of the survey, within my local community, I got 95% negative feedback. Like, people were like, this is village cloth, this is not my standard, I can't wear this. I said, okay. So I came on social media. I'll go to the shade room, what is the where Africans are, diaspora, like global market kind of place, and I'll just comment. I'll see something like one celebrity, I'll say, wow, this dress is beautiful. If she had added Ankara bangles, this thing will make sense. Like, so that was how I was getting people like, you make bangles, I'm interested, and all of that.
Oh, so from abroad to sort of order and know about your
that
business.
Was how I figured that my target customers are Africans in diaspora.
So that is so genius.
Yes.
That is so genius.
So I started working towards it. I went back to my product and said, okay, what am I doing wrong in my product? I need to work on my quality and all of that. So that was how we started, and we kept pushing, and 2018 to date, it's been amazing. We keep learning, we keep going, we keep coming up with different strategy, different ideas to push the business. So it's been amazing so far. It was not really as difficult as I thought, because I think what happened was the fact that we were consistent.
Right. And with a lot of your customers being in the diaspora, would you say most of your customers are in the diaspora and not in Nigeria? And has that allowed you to charge higher prices?
Yeah, 85% of my customers are Africans in diaspora, preferably Africans in diaspora. But in Nigeria, I'll say recently we started doing something for our customers in Nigeria. So recently, in January 23rd this year, we came up with this recycling idea, but we decided to make art different. We started infusing it with carving, raffia, that the leftovers from producing these earrings, we infused it in our clothes. So infusing it, we had to make our product premium. But we wanted to be sure that these same people that once called Ankara village cloth, they will value this new initiative. So we started going for exhibition. Okay. But luckily for us, this earned us a slot for AMVCA African Magic Cultural Day exhibition. They selected us.
Okay.
to exhibit.
Oh.
So obviously we are doing something right.
Most definitely. That's a huge platform, the
Thank you.
EMVCA. So obviously your business is making waves,
Yes.
and more people are knowing about and appreciating. But I think it's so interesting that it was first the Africans in the diaspora that appreciated what
Yes.
you're doing in terms of the prints, the designs, before finally, us Africans back home started patronizing as well. And I also want to highlight the way you made use of social media in identifying your target audience, going to Shade Room, different pages, commenting to grow awareness about your brand and getting customers that way. Because people always say, oh, I don't want to run ads. Ads are expensive. So I feel like the way you went about it is another strategy people can use. It doesn't cost money, it just costs a bit of time.
Yes.
Just to do that and to just to pick up the business as well. So fantastic. I'm so inspired by you. I love your tenacity. I love your drive. I love your can-do spirits. I think we can all tap into that in whether it's business or career. There's something so much to be learned from you.
Thank you.
Want to scale your business sales this year? Then get the #1 sales app for businesses today, Bumpa, and you'll never struggle with running, managing, closing, or tracking your sales ever again. It has all the powerful solutions your business needs to run sales easily. A fully functional website, business analytics, discounts and coupons creator, inventory tracking, and CRM tool for sending emails and SMS to your customers all in one place. And here's a neat trick. You can connect your Instagram to your Bumpa app and start closing sales 2 times faster. And no, I'm not done. If you run a big business with staff, you can monitor their activities and delegate tasks to them, especially if you receive a lot of orders. You can also restrict their roles and what they see on your store. You can get started now with just 2,500 Naira for the Bumpa Starter Plan or 5,000 Naira for the Bumpa Pro Plan. Download the Bumpa app on the Apple Store or Play Store and subscribe to take your business to the next level this year.
Let's talk about sustainability now, because I know that's a big part of your business as well. How do you ensure that sustainability element to your products and to your brand?
Okay, we normally create a lot of awareness. Like within the sustainability part, we wanted to do it within our local market.
Okay.
Because before now, we were all about our product, like trying to add value, trying to improve on quality. But along the line, we figured that we could actually get to a point in your business where you feel you can't do it alone anymore.
Yes.
You need investors.
Yes.
Of which when we started, we were doing it alone. So I figured that there are some people that approach me, especially when it comes to sustainability. They approach me and they're like, how are you recycling this thing? Like, how are you infusing these leftover fabrics in your product? So what we do, it's not just about infusing it. It has to be of good quality. But regardless, because it's sustainable, people believe it should be cheaper.
Right.
Since you didn't go to the market to buy a new material and all of that. But what they don't understand is that the process of recycling or upcycling actually takes much time than when you're producing from scratch. So we create awareness, we go to public schools, even exhibition, which was what we started doing this year. Our first exhibition was 1st of April this year. It was all about sustainability too. So we took advantage of that opportunity. Even when we had some journalists that came to interview us, we spoke about it, because a lot of people don't believe in anything sustainable fashion. They see it as waste of time. Mm-hmm. So infusing sustainable fashion with carrying and the raffia and all of that made it more interesting, and they are willing to pay any amount of money to have access to our products. So what we did is, to make people appreciate sustainability, we had to understand the kind of customers we have, their lifestyle and all of that. So from that, we decided to infuse it with carrying and other contemporary raw material, just to make them stand out and different.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's what we did.
Okay, that's very interesting. And let's talk about e-commerce now. You're a Bumpa merchant, you have a Bumpa or website. How has that helped you, to structure your business in order to be more organized with your inventory? Tell us a bit about that, please.
Okay, so talking about e-commerce website, there's something people don't understand about websites, especially here in Nigeria. People believe, why will I order from website when I can just send you DM or WhatsApp or even Instagram and all of that?
Yes.
But for me, I'm into more of manufacturing. Like I produce in bulk. So I don't really produce, like I don't really have items that whereby you tell me, are they readily available? Are they available? I want it right now. I don't have those kind of items.
Okay.
So what I do with my website is to build trust, to make my brand more authentic, especially when you're dealing with foreigners. Most foreigners or Africans in diaspora, when they see that you don't have a website, they don't buy from you, even though they know they are not buying from the website. So Bumpa website in particular, why I started using it, I had this experience with one of their Bumpa mentions whereby I saw something I liked. I was like, why is this website so different? So I placed my order, and it was just very, very easy to use. The notification, your order will be ready, and those kind of things. I was really, really inspired. Like, okay, let me use Bumpa. That was 2020, and I went ahead to use it. And I'm not going to lie to you, ever since I started using that Bumpa website, I could see a difference in my business. Like people don't even ask me, I want to see your face, I want to be sure of who I'm dealing with. They just go straight to the website, click on the WhatsApp icon, and place their order. Another thing about the Bumpa Visions is the inventory. It's easy for me to tell, okay, there are some things I've not uploaded on the website. Like if I launch a new product, it's easy for me to just upload it there for people to see, instead of looking for the pictures on my phone and start saying, okay, this is it, this is it. So I just tell them to go straight to the website. All our products are there, So that's what they do. Then let's talk about invoice. Invoice is very, very important in business. It makes you accountable, whereby you do, and what is called financially disciplined, whereby you can easily tell, in January I made this, in February I made this, and it's easy for you to improve on yourself. Like, okay, I didn't do well in February, let me pick up in March, let me come up with this strategy. So Bumpa gave me those edge. It was very, very easy for me to leverage on the fact that I have a website, whether I'm making sales on the website or not. So having the website alone had increased my profit margin by like 45%. So that's what I actually use my e-commerce website for.
That's really, really good to know. I think people sometimes think using a website is going to be very cumbersome, very complicated, and that stops them from, even trying to get a website. But with Bumpa, as you know, it's very affordable. You can get a free plan, 2,500 Naira plan, 5,000 Naira plan. So anyway, yes, if you want to check it out at getbumpa.com. So, Tejiri, it's now time for the Bumpa e-commerce trivia quiz. I don't know if you know about this, but we have a quiz on this podcast that we use to test your knowledge of e-commerce. So I am ready if you are ready.
I am.
Okay, fantastic. Let's start. All right. Which type of marketing involves leveraging influential personalities to promote products or brands through their social media platforms? A, content marketing. B, influencer marketing. C, guerrilla marketing. Or D, viral marketing?
Influential marketing.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
You are correct.
Very correct.
Very correct. Question number 2. What does the acronym KPI stand for in the context of e-commerce performance measurement? A, key performance indicator. B, key product innovation. C, key promotional initiative. Or D, key partnership integration?
Key performance indicator.
You sure?
Yes.
You are correct once again. You were ready for this quiz today. All right, third question. What is the term used to describe the practice of offering additional products or upgrades to customers during the checkout process? A, upselling. B, cross-selling. C, downselling. Or D, bundling?
Upselling.
Are you sure?
I'm not sure.
Is that your final answer?
It's my final answer.
Well, you got it right once again. Once again, you got it right. So
thank you.
3 out of 4. I think this is one of the highest scores we've had so far. Okay, last question. What is the term used to describe the percentage of website visitors who take a desired action, such as making a purchase? A, conversion rate. B, click-through rate. C, bounce rate. Or D, engagement rate?
Click-through rate.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
Unfortunately, you are wrong. It is conversion rate. But you did really, really well. 3 out of 4 is, nothing to scoff at. It's actually one of our highest scores. Tejiri, thank you so much for coming on Bumper Business Stories and being so open about your experience of being a huge success in the e-commerce space, and also giving us new tips and strategies that we can explore to grow and scale our own businesses. We're so grateful to you, and we're wishing Latej Creations a whole lot more success, a whole lot more, global domination, and of course, millions and millions of dollars.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.